Hey YouTube, welcome back on in. So, we've got some updates about Helldivers. Now, I might notice this video is a little bit different when I've just got a game running in the background. I'm doing this a little bit more unscripted. I've got a couple talking points I want to go over, but do bear with me if there's moments of pauses and stuns. So, let's talk some Helldivers. Last you heard from me, I was hanging up the cape. I was waiting for their 60-day plan to try and figure out what I wanted to do with Helldivers, honestly, whether I was going to leave the game or not. I am tentatively excited for Helldivers again. I hung up my cape. I said it all in that video. It wasn't very fun. It felt like the studio wasn't listening. And we were hearing a lot of talk. We understand, we hear you. But they weren't doing anything about it. And we do have some updates on that. So first off, if you have been in their Discord, you should know that they are planning to release a giant patch on the 17th. And in the days leading up to that, that's about 4 days from now, they have been posting once a day a buff a day keeps the bug away posts in their Discord. I wanted to go over them really quick. They are pretty awesome. So, the first one here is a flame buff. Yeah, that's right. They are going to buff the flamethrowers once again. They are going to revert it back to the change that they said that they couldn't do, but apparently they can't. So, they're going to revert the flamethrower. They're going to buff its damage. It's going to be able to kill heavy armored enemies. I love this. Everyone loved the flamethrower. You can shout about how, learn to use specific tools or anything like that, but at the end of the day, the point is that the game is supposed to be fun. This is a wonderful change to see come on back in here. Then they posted this next one, the next day, about the railgun. Now, I have to be honest, I was not an OG railgun person. I kind of missed that window. I'm sad that I did, so I'm really glad to see that the railgun is getting this buff. I'm really curious to try it out some more, really get to play with it, so I'm glad to see that. Then you've got a buff to the breaker. They're going to extend the magazine, they're going to up its stagger force. This is fantastic as well. Those were the first 3 days. Now we have something entirely new. While this is technically not a buff, it is a nerf. It is a nerf to our enemies. It is a nerf to rocket devastators, making them have a limited number of rockets, giving them a reload thing, which hopefully will kind of stun and stagger them and slow them down. Maybe put them in a vulnerable position. And the rockets are going to do, they're going to have a smaller collision. They're going to do less damage, making them easier to avoid. This is all fantastic. Secondly, we've got September 19th. They are coming out with another war bond. It has been quite some time since the last one, so I'm really excited for it. Chemical Agents is the name of the war bond, and it looks like it is just chock full of gassy goodness. We've got gas grenades, we've got a stim pistol. I don't know what that's about, but I'm so excited for it. We've got dog breath. I cannot wait for a new rover. These are all super amazing things, and I'm so excited for them. And then finally, I'm really excited for the story. I've always been excited. I've been keeping an eye out for it. This Gloom, what is happening with it? Meridia, what is happening there? The bots are moving on their own front. We still have Cyberstan looming out there. They're so close to Super Earth. I love the story of this game, and honestly, that is one of the things that I miss the most. You can look through this clip, or through this playthrough. You can see that I am not doing very good at the game. I've been playing another game where you're a lot faster, you have abilities you can spam a lot easier. It's just a different game, and I'm very rusty, but the one thing that I love the most, just picking back up this game after so long, is that feeling of beauty and amazingness. That moment of holding an LZ when there's a bunch of bugs coming at you, that moment where you take that clutch shot and you manage to take out a Charger or a Bile Titan, or if you're over on the bot front, a Hulk. These are great moments. The lands are pretty, the story is entertaining, and so it was so frustrating to me to feel like it didn't matter, to feel like the studio wasn't listening to us. So, this right here, this is action steps that if they do in fact implement it, this is exactly what I wanted, and I will be picking back up that keep if on September 17th it is fun and interesting and great to play. That's what I'll be doing. if the studio, if Arrowhead actually goes through with everything that they've said here and more, I'm going to be so excited. I am going to be back in Helldivers. We're going to start covering the major orders. We're going to have all the fun that we were having just a couple months ago. But if they don't come through with this, or if this comes with a giant round of nerfs again, where once again we have these big buffs, but we have these giant nerfs as well, that's going to be the end. So my real question for you, Helldivers, is, what about you? Are you planning to pick back up the cape? Are you excited for this new update? Make sure you put your comments down below, and then also make sure you hit subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out here as I make my way to 500 and eventually 1,000, and so every single subscribe I really appreciate. I will be doing more videos about Helldivers, especially if it is continuing to grow back into the thing that it used to be, and I'll be very happy to have you along for the ride. Catch you later.